Hello and welcome to the podcast. I've returned. Welcome to May. Isn't that crazy? I mean, yeah, I do these once a month and all the time. I mean, I always forget what I said in the last episode. Even though nowadays I do have a list of things to talk about. Do I adhere to them? Not necessarily, but I mean, I try. I try to. Um I didn't really know what, cuz I cover topics, right? I mean, in my vlogs, it's always whatever is on my mind, and it's fine cuz that is up to 2 minutes long and it's not a big deal. But when I'm doing a podcast, it is half an hour, 30 minutes. Doesn't really make it sound better, but it just means that I do not have I do have a time constraint, but I'm not editing myself into 1 minute, and so I have all of my tangents, which is fun. I don't know why I'm doing a voice. I hate that. Anyway, so one of the things that I talked about that I will talk about right now, I have been hanging out with my friends more and more lately because I missed them. I mean, our Europe trip last year was pretty long, and I missed a lot of my friends. And so I'm very glad that a lot of them are willing to hang out with me now, and that they have space in their schedules. Schedules. I don't I don't know how to pronounce words. English is my first language. Haha. But yeah, I love seeing my friends. I love how being with my friends helps me mentally, helps me physically. I feel like I can be having a terrible week. But then I remember that I don't know, will be seeing Joan or Sakura or Sooyoung, etc. If I don't mention all of my friends by name now, will they get mad? Probably. Actually, Gabe can handle it. Alyssa, I miss you as well. I mean, we did hang out pretty recently. We went to the De Young Museum. I'm pretty sure I talked about that last month's episode. Yeah, I definitely did because that was on the 6th of April. Yeah, I've been seeing Sakura a lot lately. I mean, since her birthday, we went to the Cherry Blossom Festival together, and we saw each other last Saturday, just for sushi and for hanging out. Actually, no, it wasn't Saturday. It was Friday, and then I posted about it on Saturday because I always post on Saturdays. See, I'm consistent and I'm forgetful. And hey, you follow me for a reason, and that reason is not being consistent. I feel like a lot of my things are I want to say I am an English major. Anachronisms, is that right? Look, I guess. Okay, I googled it. A thing belonging or appropriate to a period other than in which it exists, especially a thing that is conspicuously old-fashioned. The action of attributing something to a period to which it does not belong. Okay. I definitely used the wrong word. Here's the thing. I mean, as I spoke about in the last episode, I slept on a dictionary as a child. And I mean, that's not the root of my love for long, complicated words that I don't actually know the meanings of. That will bite me in the ass one day. Ooh, words. That's fun. I would love would have loved to do like linguistics because they have like etymology and everything, but I did not find my. I mean, hey, I wrote essays for 4 years about literature and the English language. Never again. May I just say, never again. Um, but yeah, I mean, I love seeing my friends because I feel like I've seen a lot more of them since we came back from Europe last year. uh, Gosh, I mean, okay, I have been talking to myself professionally since 2016. Guys, what was my when was my first vlog? Is that something that I have the immediate time to look up? I'm stalled. Well, I'm stalling. Um, Oldest. Here we go. Yeah, 7 years. Oh my god, insane. Um, Crazy, crazy. I was crazy once. I love seeing my friends because a lot of the time we get into brain rot mode together. And by brain rot mode, I mean we will just like make references to things that like the other will understand and like no one else will. Um and it's stupid and it's silly and that's why I love it. Um when I'm talking to real adults, as you do when you are part of a company and have managers and have meetings. But when I use my silly little Gen Z references, because I'm a Gen Z, I mean, I'm 20, actually, I mean, I am 24, but like, Gen Z, the lines are weird. Um, yeah, I can't make my stupid little internet references with real adults because, well, I mean, to be fair, we do work with like some millennials, but like when it comes to the higher ups, they're usually, Generation X and the one before that, the boomers. I mean, both of my parents are Generation X, so I wouldn't know, but like, yeah, you can't be like stupid and brain rotty with them. I mean, like you can slide like a Vine reference or a stupid word. Um, and I think also like I am a little chronically online. Been online a little bit longer than I should have been, but that's life, right? I mean, I will keep being myself, my Tumblr self. Anyway, um, I don't know how to transition into my next point where I was like balancing work with life, which I guess I do. I mean, like when I the thing is, my job is not like a conventional 9 to 5 office job. I mean, most of my job is this. It's talking to myself, it's posting pictures, it's making vlogs. I mean, not currently doing that because of time and also like effort. Okay. Here's the thing, I barely edit my podcast episodes because I'm like, it's fine. It's not as much as, say, a video where I have to, look at myself the entire time. And at least this, like, I assume that I don't have to, like, edit myself down that much. Because, I mean, I have, like, a filter in terms of, like, I know where to stop myself. But like I also know like what not to share, what is too much. I say that and I am like writing notes for a complete like lore dump on myself. Um but hey, as I said before, I love to contradict myself. And yeah, I mean it's good to not overshare. I know that I'm someone who can overshare and I definitely have in the past. but like I've learned from that and I've matured and I've grown and I'm sorry. No, this is not a YouTube. It's not a YouTube apology. I have yet to make a YouTube apology because I say yet to. I hope I will never have to, because that would be a little bit embarrassing. Anyway, um, because it's May, you know what the next month is? June. And you know what June is my favorite month, despite my birthday being in February. Usually, people say that like their favorite month is their birth month, but like not in my case because I am gay and I do love Pride Month. Pride Month. I love doing pride parades. I'm pretty sure this is my 8th one with Maria, like in a relationship with Maria. I did the math, right? If we did one in 2017, and then 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024, that is 8. And that is insane to me. And I hate that. I'm pretty sure in the February episode where I talked about how many Valentine's Days I've had with Maria, I'm pretty sure I said 6, but I don't think I did the math right because I think I had 7. Unless maybe 6 is right. Because we didn't do one in 2017 because we got like together in April. Anyway, as I was saying, hey, I was not a math major. We literally just talked about this. I did English and psychology. Is there math involved in either of those? Don't ask me to remember. I blocked those 4 years out of my memory. And, sure, I came out with a degree, but it's not like I'm going to use it. How many people, like, unless you're an academic, how many people actually use them? Is that too controversial of a take? Do I now have to record my YouTuber apology? I'm sorry. I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. God, I don't think anyone's made a reference to that particular apology in years. Ahaha, can't believe it's me now doing it. How many years has it been? I want to say at least 6. Who knows? I'm so excited because like June, it feels like, oh, that's a month where like everything is happening. And like this month I feel like there's not that much. Like, yeah, there's Cinco de Mayo, and there's Star Wars Day. And I do like Star Wars Day. I mean, we have R2D2 in our living room, and I posted a picture with a lightsaber not too long ago because I couldn't resist the pun Obi-Wan Cat Nobi. That is still my private. Oh my god, my microphone. Guys, my setup is really jank today because someone, not gonna name names, Cheeto, decided that cables are his new favorite snack, and so I have done like amateur. I mean, okay, he only got like the plastic coating, but I am like still worried and trying not to electrocute myself. There's no exposed wires, but like still, I'm still like a worried person. What was I just talking about? Oh yeah, Star Wars Day. Guys, I have never been tested for ADHD or any other like neurodivergency. But, Fork Found in Kitchen does do bears poop in the woods or whatever. I should know idioms, and yet here we are. I'm so confused by what I say. Star Wars Day. We have R2D2. in our living room. I own a lightsaber. I I used to say that I was Sith just to be different, but I mean like I feel like everyone is a Jedi and that's like the whole point. I've not been to Galaxy's Edge at Disney because I'm like I know like every family is like, "Oh my god, Disney vacation." I cannot be bothered. I mean, maybe it would be so exciting, but like also overstimulating. But yeah, I feel like everyone there is a Jedi. Like you're assumed to be, unless like some. I know there was people who like joke that they're on the Sith side just so they can get fun interactions with the stormtroopers. I don't want to dig myself into a nerdy rabbit hole because I will admit it has been a while since I saw a Star Wars movie, and like maybe I need to do a marathon with my dad. But that's life, you know. What else is in May? I guess like Carnival. I'm going to Bottle Rock um in a couple of weeks time, but that's in Napa Valley. Oh, Mother's Day. Mother's Day is May 12th. So 2 days after this goes up. And if you're still struggling, couldn't be me. My mother, Coralie Fission, has always had, I think, like a lot from us as her children. I will admit, I am a little bit of a kiss ass. Um, when it comes to my mother, because I used to make breakfast in bed, hand drawn cards, just sort of like speaking her up all the time, like talking her up. What, like, God, I speak very highly of my mother because I mean I respect the woman and she's great and she brought me into this world. She has threatened to take me out of it a couple of times, but like whose mother hasn't? You can be a kiss ass daughter and also still have uh the little row every now and again. So that's something. Um yeah, I mean it's harder as you grow older and as you move out. Because I know like Kelly, I mean to be fair, Kelly is a mother herself now. And so it's less, you know, like that. Um but like it's different when you move out because suddenly you're not a little child that can come and bring breakfast in bed and make a hand-drawn card because it's like it's not at that point anymore. And also like when you're in my career and it's like, well, you have the money, why didn't you get me jewelry? I don't know. um I think it's it is okay. When there were years where I was like not feeling it, I would be like, well, it was technically, I mean, this is like technically a capital, like, not to get political, but it's like technically a capitalist holiday because a lot of the times it's like, well, you can price cards up, you can price flowers up, you can price chocolates up. That's also like Valentine's Day. I mean, like, I respect the historical implications, but I mean, like, the rest of it, like, that is just like an incentive for shops, stores. Like, sometimes my dad's side, sometimes my British comes out. Um, Stores can like exploit that people are buying gifts. I um I am of that mindset like a lot, and I'm not ashamed. Um, I am I am a little. You know what? No, I don't. I'm fine. I said nothing, and that is fine. But yeah, I think it's more about the time that you spend with your mom than it is about, you know, the gifts and the um the breakfast in bed. And I mean, like, hand drawn cards, that's more for my siblings to do because they're still in school. Um, I mean, it's more likely going to be a card from Kai because uh, Chelsea claims it's like, oh, she's grown out of it. She's like, I'm too old for it now, and I'm like, okay. I mean, at your age, I wasn't, but like that's the thing with her generation. It's God, I sound like. I mean, to be fair, there comes a point when like the previous generation turns around and starts uh talking bad of the younger generation, and I feel like that is where like Gen Z is coming to. Generation Alpha is like, oh, all of them and their TikTok and dressing much older than they are and stuff. I mean, like, yeah, I still think, okay, Chelsea, if you are listening right now, feel free to close your ears. I don't think she has actually closed her ears if she is listening. Um, you are a child, Chelsea. You don't have to dress like a teenager, and that is fine. I mean, like, even when I was like into my mid teens, I was still dressing terribly. I feel like I only like established my sense of style uh over the pandemic, and even like not even like over, I'm pretty sure like only after, cuz I feel like 2021 maybe is where I really felt it. It's like maybe it's like I think it's just like once you're in your 20s, that's when you can like really understand yourself like physically, mentally. I mean, hey guys, my frontal lobe will be fully developed by my 25th birthday, probably. According to Tumblr. That is not. Okay, here's the thing. I think we all eventually start. But I mean, hey, there are people who believe things that they see on TikTok. Our parents believe things that they see on Facebook. I guess my generation believes things that they see on Tumblr, and I'm sorry. I love like digging myself a hole and like hoping that whoever is listening just sees this as a conversation between friends where I'm like doing all the talking and whoever's listening, you're just like, yep, that's great, honey. That's lovely. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Because I feel like it's like I am talking to a window, and to a laptop screen, and to possibly a cat if he is in this room right now. I oh my god, he is. Okay. But yeah, May. It's here. Uh I I can't make that it's gonna be May joke because I am in May. And so are you as you're listening to this. Unless you're not, unless you're like listening to this months later, then you know, is it Backstreet Boys? No. NSYNC. NSYNC. NSYNC is what Justin Timberlake was a part of. Not a great guy per se. At this point in time, not really. Um, you know, I stand with Britney Spears. Um, but I mean, again, a Tumblr thing where it's like, oh, it's a meme. We post pictures of ramen noodles because that's what his hair looked like at the time when the when he's saying it's gonna be May, and I mean it was meant to sound like it's gonna be me, but obviously that rhymes less. I was not someone studying music, and so I have no authority on what I'm saying, and I think I should stop digging myself into this wonderful hole that I am in. I mean, hey, I'm almost fully like underground. I mean, like it's a lot when you're over 6 foot. So like, oh man, 6 feet under. Can't wait. No, I can't. That no. Um, if you found that relatable or funny, please therapy possibly. I won't be your therapist, even though in theory I have some form of qualification. I mean, it's not like I went on to get like a PhD so I could become a practicing uh therapist, but yeah, I'm not a therapist. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna sign off here. I feel like I don't have anything else to talk about. So I every time every time I try and sign off, I always have this dilemma where I'm like, do I say it? Do I not say it? I mean, I guess I can. Uh, I'll, I love your faces, and you'll hear from me later. It sounds worse. It doesn't sound correct, and uh, you'll hear. What the heck was that? You'll hear me in the next episode of the podcast. Goodbye. Um, if the audio was bad on this one, I don't know. Um, if my external microphone is good anymore. Um, my dad uses it for his work calls. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Once again, my unscripted disclaimer that all of the events are fictional. I mean, unless they are real, but like the people are fictional. The characters are fictional. This is all fiction. This is not real. Cat is a just over or just under 12 inches, 30 centimeter tall doll, and not a real human being. And I'm sorry to believe that. When this is posted, I will be away. And I'm hoping that whatever time zone I'm in, I will be awake. I mean, these go up 12 p.m. local, but like usually I publish them on like YouTube. I publish them 12 p.m. whatever it's like GMT or BST. It depends on the year, on the time of year. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be. I mean, I'll be awake. I'll be asleep. Who knows? But I'll do my best to promote. You know, I've conveniently I've prepared Cat's like photographic content up until June or July. So we're actually thriving, but I think June. No, actually July. I have my notes right next to me. But yeah, I've got content prepared for quite a while, and that is great news for me. Am I right? Great news, lovely news. This ran a bit short because genuinely, when I have notes for Cat, but I don't actually know what I'm doing. Do you know what I'm doing? No. So we'll get through it together, you know? I finished my first year at uni, so that's great. Maybe I'll talk more about that in an orange video. Who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I am gonna buy so many dolls on my holiday. By the time you hear this, I may have bought some. We'll see. So yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here, and see you in June. If I think that by that time I have to use a different service to record these podcast episodes, so I'm really hoping that I figure that out eventually.